So the topic for today is um, critical angle and total internal reflection. Critical angle and total internal reflection. So first, before understanding what is total internal reflection, the name might be quite tempting and quite easy to understand. Total internal reflection. So something is reflecting completely, right? So total internal reflection, and it's reflecting internally. So before understanding the total internal reflection, we'll try to understand what critical angle is. Okay. So when we consider critical angle, when we talk about critical angle, we always talk about denser to rarer, denser to rarer. So whenever we talk about critical angles, we talk about the light ray moving from a denser medium to a rarer medium. Like for example, let's say this is an interface between two media. Okay, so now here I have water, and here I have air. So when I consider this critical angle, the critical angle will be the angle that will be considered when the light ray is moving from a denser medium to a rarer medium. So let's say there is a light ray moving from a denser medium to a rarer medium like this. So we have the normal, and I have this light ray. Since it is going from a denser to rarer medium, what will happen to the ray?
Away from the normal, it will move away from the normal.
Denser to rarer, it will go away. Sure.
Yeah, no.
Yes, it will go away from the normal, correct. It will go away from the normal. This is the angle of incidence. This is the angle of incidence. This is the angle of refraction, right? Now critical angle is the angle. So it is the angle in the denser medium, right? So we have to understand this way. So angle in the denser medium. So we have to consider three cases. So this is the first case. So in the first case, what is happening is there is a light ray that is incident from a denser medium to a rarer medium, and it is refracting away from the normal. So its angle of incidence is I, angle of refraction is R. So now if this kind of case happens, then we should know that the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle. So nothing like this is happening. So if the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle, then a normal refracted ray will be produced. So whatever you have studied till now about how light gets refracted when it comes in in an interface between two medium. So this is the interface, right? So interface. So we have studied that when a light ray comes from a denser medium and it goes to a rarer medium, it will always refract away from the normal. That will hold true when the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle. So it is when the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle, then this will be satisfied. This will be the diagram, this will be the ray diagram of the system. Now if I have another system where another system here, I have an incident ray like this. This is normal. Now if we say that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle. So now let us assume the case where the angle of incidence, sorry, this is not the angle of incidence, no one corrected me, this is not the angle of incidence, this is not the angle of incidence, this is the angle of incidence, this is the angle of refraction. So angle with the incident ray and the normal is the angle of incidence.
दादा
Yes.
क्रिटिकल एंगल भनेको चाहिँ उ त्यो हो नर्मल
होइन critical angle भनेको के हैन, I haven't defined critical angle, so I'm just comparing it. I'm not defining critical angle, I'll define it later.
क्रिटिकल एंगल हैन
I'll
कुन
define
एकपल्ट
later.
चाहिँ तपाईले हैन
critical angle एउटा value हो, let's say 50 degree on the critical angle. Let's say, I'm not telling it is, but let's say it is just a value. I'm just comparing two angles. So incident angle and critical angle I'm comparing. So when the incident angle or incident ray or incident angle is less than the critical angle, then the light ray will go straight like this. Matlab it'll follow the same law of refraction that we know. When it comes from a denser to a rarer medium, it will go away from the normal. So it will follow the theory that we studied. When it goes from a denser to rarer, it will go away from the normal. Now I consider that my incident ray is equal to the critical angle. So my incident ray is equal to the critical angle. Now what will happen is, now you'll find part of this ray to be refracted like this. It will go straight in this path, and part of this ray to be reflected back. So now we have something like this becomes the angle of refraction. Now this becomes the angle of refraction. This becomes the angle of refraction. This is the angle of incidence, and this is the reflected ray. So this is the refracted ray, this is the refracted ray, and this is the reflected ray. So when the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle of this system, so the critical angle will vary on the system. So I have water and air system here, right? So this system will have a critical angle value which will remain constant for this system. So for this system, critical angle value will remain the same. Now if in the same system I place an incident ray whose angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle, it's exactly equal to the critical angle. Let's say if the critical angle for this system is 50 degree, then I assume that the angle of incidence is also 50 degree. So now angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle. So now if something like this happens, then part of this incident ray will get refracted, right? Part of this incident ray will get refracted, and part of this ray will also get reflected. So this is what happens when the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle. So part of this ray, part of the incident ray will get refracted, and part of this incident ray will get reflected. So what will be the angle of refraction? Can anyone tell me the angle of refraction value for this case? For this case?
90 degree.
90 degree. Yeah. So this is the general case you should know. So when the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle of this system, then the angle of refraction or the refracted ray angle will be 90 degree, because it is making 90 degree with the refracted ray. This is the reflected ray, not the refracted ray. So I wanted the angle of refraction, which is the angle between the normal and the refracted ray. So the angle is 90 degree. So this is the first case. When the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle, then it will follow the same rule of refraction that we know, nothing new. Now if the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle, then part of the incident ray will refract in this direction, that is in the direction where the separation of media occurs. So this is the region of separation or interface. Then part of this ray will also reflect back. Okay. Now there is a third case we need to know, and that is, this is a very important case. So now this case is about when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So now we have a case where angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So now we have a ray of light that is incident here. Then we have a normal ray. We have a normal. Then this ray will have an angle of incidence somewhere here. Angle of incidence is somewhere here. This is the angle of incidence. Now we know that angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So let us assume the critical angle to be 50 degree of this system. Then angle of incidence is 60 degree. It is greater than the critical angle. Now this is the case of total internal reflection. The light will completely reflect back this way. So this is the angle. What will be the value of this angle? Can anyone tell me what will be the value of this angle?
42.
42?
Yeah.
Yeah, 42. Why 42?
हैन मैले सरले कहाँ पढ्दाखेरि कुनी के 42 हुन्छ भने मैले त्यसै
Can anyone tell me what will be the value of this angle?
45 हुन्छ ए 60
No,
कि 90 हुन्थ्यो हौ
this will be I only. यो जति इन्सिडेन्ट एङ्गल छ त्यति नै हुन्छ यो, बिकज इट इज रिफ्लेक्टिङ. रिफ्लेक्सन भनेको के हो, जुन डाइरेक्सनबाट आउँदैछ त्यही डाइरेक्सनमा जान्छ विथ द सेम एङ्गल विथ द नर्मल. सो इफ यु हेभ अ मिरर लाइक दिस एन्ड यु हेभ नर्मल हियर, इफ अ लाइट इज कमिङ दिस वे एन्ड इट इज गेटिङ रिफ्लेक्टेड दिस वे, यो एङ्गल र यो एङ्गल सेम हुन्छ. So same thing is happening here. We are getting a total internal reflection. So this interface is acting as a mirror now. So this is a mirror now. This is working as a mirror. So since this is working as a mirror, the angle of incidence and this angle that comes out after reflection will completely be the same. So angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be the same. That is the property of reflection. That is the beauty of reflection. So if you have a reflection happening, which means that angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be equal. And this process is known as the total internal reflection. So this happens only when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So this is possible only when this condition is fulfilled. And one more important condition, can anyone tell me what is the second most important condition for total internal reflection? So first one is angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. What is the second factor that is very very important?
रेगुलर सरफेस हुनुपर्छ एउटा
No, 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 no. I have told this already. मैले यो भनेको छु यो फ्याक्टर. Can anyone tell me? It's very very important. No, the ray of light should always come from a denser to a rarer medium. So this incident ray should always come from a denser and should go to a rarer medium. Always. So whenever you are talking about total internal reflection, it should always start from the denser medium. The ray of light should always start from the denser medium. So this ray is starting from the denser medium. Only then the total internal reflection is possible, else it is not. So we'll go back to the three cases that we did. So first case, we know that this is denser and rarer. Okay, now you should always know that this is denser and this is rarer. This is denser and this is rarer. Now we know in the first case the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle. So the critical angle is some value 50 and angle of incidence is less than 50. So critical angle is not 50. Okay, I'm just giving an arbitrary value. So angle of incidence is less than 50. Then it will follow the general law of refraction. It will come to an interface. It will refract away or towards the normal. So here it's going away from the normal because it is coming from a denser to a rarer medium. Now second case, when the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle, then this kind of refraction occurs where the refracted ray is directly on the line between the interface. So in the interface between the two media, the line is going straight. So this is the refracted ray. This is the reflected ray that reflects back. So part of this incident ray is going as a refracted ray and part of this is going as the reflected ray. So why can't we call this total internal reflection? So can anyone tell me why can't we call this total internal reflection?
Because some part of it is getting refracted.
Exactly, correct. That is the main reason why we don't consider this to be a total internal reflection. This is because part of this incident ray is getting refracted as well. So not the entire ray is not getting completely reflected back. So part of this incident ray is getting refracted as well, right? So now angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle, then the refracted ray is 90 degree. Okay. Then in the third case, we have the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So when this thing happens, then the ray completely reflects back, and this phenomenon is known as the total internal reflection. So for this thing to happen, you need to consider two cases. First one is angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, and the light ray should always come from a denser to a rarer medium. So now let us define critical angle. So we need to define this term, critical angle. So this is the angle of incidence. In the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction is how much? What is the angle of refraction? So critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction is. What is the angle of refraction? No? Okay. So this is angle of incidence is equal to critical angle, right, in this case. So I define critical angle in terms of angle of incidence. So angle of incidence, critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction is how much?
Angle of incidence.
No. What is the angle of refraction here?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. So critical angle is the angle of incidence. It is basically the angle of incidence, right? In this case, I is equal to C. So I can say that critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So corresponding to which the angle of refraction in rarer medium is 90 degree. So this will be the definition of critical angle in every book you read. So critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium. So it is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So is the definition clear?
अनि दादा
Yes.
त्यसो भए अन्तखेरि हामीले उति किन गर्यो त केस 1 र केस 2 अगर त्यस्तो हुन्थ्यो भने चाहिँ अब
कुन केस 1 र केस 2?
यो अगाडिको
यो चाहिँ मैले टोटल इन्टर्नल रिफ्लेक्सन बुझाउन. So which case results in total internal reflection and which case does not result in total internal reflection. So if I is less than C and I is equal to C, then total internal reflection doesn't happen, right? So total internal reflection happens only when I is greater than C. So I try to build up this theory why total internal reflection happens by explaining these two things. And this example can help you define critical angle. So critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. That's it.
त्यसो भने हामीलाई एक्जाममा नि अगर त्यस्तो आउँछ कि अब एक्जाम्पलमा क्रिटिकल एंगलको ड्राइङ बना भनेर आइन्छ
Critical angle बनाइदियो. This is the one if you want to explain critical angle. This is the one if you want to explain total internal reflection. This is for total internal. Yeah, सोध्न सक्छ. There's no you can't deny the fact that they won't ask you. Okay, they might ask you, and if they ask about total internal reflection, this is the only diagram you need to draw. You don't need to draw all the three diagrams. Okay, it's unnecessary. So when you are told to draw about total internal reflection, just make this. When you are told to explain about critical angle, just make this. Okay. So is it clear all the concepts about critical angle and total internal reflection? So this definition is very important. Okay, try to note it down or just take a screenshot.
दादा
Yes.
यो इन्टिरियर एंगल चाहिँ छ नि के भन्नुभयो त्यही हो नि
कुन चाहिँ interior angle?
के पो
Critical angle?
हैन त्यसको साइडमा के त लेख्नु भएको छ
Total internal reflection?
त्यो चाहिँ नि
यो?
त्यो
Yes.
त्यो चाहिँ नि के भन्छ कहिले हुन्छ अगर अब हैन भनेको चाहिँ
When I is greater than C.
हैन यो जहिले पनि यो पनि यो चाहिँ रेयर टु
No, सबै denser to rarer. So मैले जुन सबै तीनटा डायग्राम बनाएँ, all the three diagrams is from denser to rarer. All from denser to rarer. That is the only case where it happens. There's no possibility from rarer to denser. Rarer to denser ज्यादा हुनै सक्दैन. It cannot happen.
त्यो भनेको त्यसको मिनिङ चाहिँ के हो अब मैले फेरि बिर्सेँ त्यसको अब त्यो साइडमा लेख्नु भएको क्रिटिकल एंगल
Total internal reflection, this one.
टोटल इन्टरनल
So this means that the reflection will happen only when the light comes from denser to rarer. So in a transparent medium. So तिमीहरूको what is your assumption about water? So what is your assumption about pure water? So you know that pure water is transparent, right? Is my statement acceptable? So if you see a bucket of clear water, you assume that it is transparent. Okay, na? So you can see through the water, right? If you place your hand inside the water, inside the transparent water, you can see your hand inside the water, right? So that is your assumption about water. Water is transparent. Now, this is total internal reflection, which shows a case where water is not transparent. It reflects your face. Even this can happen in the clearest of waters. Okay, if the light ray comes from the water to the air at an angle greater than the critical angle, then rather than seeing the other side, that is other side of the water, that is in the air, kecha air ma, you see your face itself. So this can happen to fishes, okay, when they are swimming inside water. They can not seeing the thing that is outside the water, they can see their own face. So that will happen only when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. It should be greater than the critical angle. So this is a case where you can debunk the theory that pure water or clear water is always transparent. No, it is not always transparent, and it is not always see-through. You can't always see through pure water or clear water. There are cases like this case where angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, where clear water or even the purest of water behaves as a mirror. So this is behaving as a mirror, right now. It is the incident ray is completely getting reflected back, excuse me. So now in this case, the pure water or clear water is behaving as a mirror. So this case is actually a case that debunks the theory that pure water or pure whatever it is, pure denser medium or clear denser medium is always transparent. No, there can be a possible case where even the clearest of denser medium, like glass, like white glass, see-through glass, or water that is very clear, those things can also behave as mirrors. So this is the case where those behave as mirrors. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do something now. So in this case, so if I try to use the Snell's law, you know what's Snell's law? SNELL, Snell's law.
Yeah. Sin
So-
I by sin I.
Yeah, so refractive index of something is equal to sine of angle of incidence by sine of angle of refraction. Now the light is going from glass, or not glass, I was taking water, right? It's going from water to air. This will be equal to sine I divided by, what is angle of refraction in this case? In this case, the
90.
second case, 90 degree. So it is sine 90 degree. So now we know that water refractive index air equal to sine I by sine 90 is, what is sine 90?
One and
Sine 90 is 1. So I bring this down. So I bring this and this down. So I bring this here, I bring this here. So 1 by sine I is equal to 1 by water to air. So what is inverse of sine?
cos.
Cosec. Cosec I. And what is inverse of refractive index of water with respect to air? What will be the inverse of this?
Refractive index of air with respect to water.
Yeah, so this is the thing that will derive. Not that important, but still, it's still mathematics. Not that important, still it's important to know. So refractive index is sine I by sine R. Now from this case, we know that sine R is 90 degree. I is we don't know. So we just put sine I by sine 90. So we know sine 90 is 1. So we take 1 to the, so we bring this term entirely to the denominator, this also to the denominator. So 1 by sine I equal to 1 by W nu A. So sine co-inverse is cosec. You should know this. Trigonometric, very simple formula. And inverse of refractive index of light that is coming from water to air is refractive index of light coming from air to water. So this is the thing you need to know. So it's not that important, but at least you should know what is total internal reflection and what is critical angle. So total internal reflection is the thing that happens when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. Okay, it should always be greater than critical angle. If it is not, then what will happen? If it is equal to critical angle, what will happen?
It is
Some part of it will get refracted.
Exactly, some part of it will get refracted. Yeah, some part of it will get refracted and the angle will be 90 degree. So that will not be an applicable case of total internal reflection. So for total internal reflection, you need the entire light ray to reflect back. But if it is equal to the critical angle of incidence, then some part of it will get refracted at an angle 90 degree. So it will not be complete. It will not be total internal reflection, right? And the second case is denser to rarer. You should know this. It will always happen when the ray of light is coming from a denser medium to a rarer medium. Okay. So this is done. Hmm. So is there any doubt up to this point? So there are 3 to 4 cases we need to study about this total internal reflection. Few in prisms and few in glass slabs. Yeah, so this will be done tomorrow. But if you have any doubts right now regarding this topic, let me know. Or regarding any other topic, you can let me know right away.
No doubt.
No doubt.